Hello, and welcome back to Marine Biology in 5 minutes. I'm your host, Emily Colgan, and today we're steering away from our focus on sea turtles to explore one of the most vibrant and vital ecosystems on our planet, coral reefs. These underwater cities are not only stunningly beautiful, but also incredibly important to the health of our oceans and the planet as a whole. So, what exactly are coral reefs? Coral reefs are large underwater structures made up of tiny animals called coral polyps. These polyps are relatives of jellyfish and sea anemones, and they live in colonies, secreting calcium carbonate to form a hard protective skeleton. Over thousands of years, these skeletons build up to form the massive reef structures that we see today. Coral reefs are often referred to as the rainforests of the sea because of their incredible biodiversity. Although they cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, coral reefs are home to about 25% of all marine species. That includes thousands of species of fish, as well as mollusks, crustaceans, and many others. These reefs provide food, shelter, and breeding grounds for countless marine organisms, making them essential to the survival of many species. Coral reefs are found in over 100 countries, primarily in tropical and subtropical waters. The largest and most famous coral reef system is the Great Barrier Reef off the coast of Australia, stretching over 1,400 miles. Other significant reef systems include the Mesoamerican Reef in the Caribbean, the Red Sea Coral Reef, and the Coral Triangle in Southeast Asia, which is known for its extraordinary marine biodiversity. There are three main types of coral reefs: fringing reefs, barrier reefs, and atolls. Fringing reefs are the most common and grow directly along the shoreline, forming a border around the coast. Barrier reefs, like the Great Barrier Reef, are separated from the shore by a deeper lagoon. Atolls are ring-shaped reefs that form around submerged islands or volcanoes, enclosing a central lagoon. One of the most fascinating things about coral reefs is their symbiotic relationship with algae, called zooxanthellae. These microscopic algae live inside the coral polyps and perform photosynthesis, producing food that the corals use to grow. In return, the corals provide the algae with a protected environment and the compounds they need for photosynthesis. This relationship is what gives coral reefs their vibrant colors. When the water becomes too warm, corals can become stressed and expel the algae, causing the corals to turn white, a phenomenon known as coral bleaching. Coral reefs are not just important for marine life, they also provide substantial benefits to humans. They act as natural barriers that protect coastal communities from storms and erosion, and they support tourism and fishing industries, which are vital sources of income for millions of people worldwide. Additionally, coral reefs are a source of new medicines. Researchers have discovered compounds in reef organisms that have the potential to treat diseases such as cancer, arthritis, and bacterial infections. Unfortunately, coral reefs are facing numerous threats, and coral bleaching is one of the most serious. Rising ocean temperatures due to climate change are causing more frequent and severe bleaching events. When corals bleach, they lose their main source of food, and if the stress continues for too long, they can die. This has already led to the decline of many coral reefs around the world. Another major threat to coral reefs is ocean acidification, which occurs when the ocean absorbs excess carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. This lowers the pH of seawater, making it more acidic. Acidic water reduces the ability of corals to produce their calcium carbonate skeletons, which weakens the reef structure and makes it more susceptible to damage. In addition to climate-related threats, coral reefs are also impacted by overfishing, pollution, and destructive fishing practices like blast fishing, where explosives are used to stun or kill fish, often destroying the reef in the process. But it's not all bad. There are many efforts underway to protect and restore coral reefs. For example, coral gardening is a technique where fragments of healthy coral are grown in nurseries and then transplanted onto damaged reefs to help them recover. Marine Protected Areas, or MPAs, are also being established to limit human activities in key reef areas, allowing ecosystems to regenerate and thrive. One inspiring example of coral conservation comes from the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, where scientists are working on projects like assisted evolution, where corals are bred to be more resilient to warmer temperatures. These efforts, along with global initiatives to reduce carbon emissions and pollution, offer hope for the future of coral reefs. As individuals, we can also play a role in protecting coral reefs, reducing our carbon footprint, being mindful of the seafood we consume, and avoiding products that harm coral reefs like certain sunscreens, as well as supporting organizations that work to conserve marine environments are all ways we can contribute. Well, that wraps up today's episode on coral reefs. I hope you've enjoyed learning about these incredible ecosystems as much as I've enjoyed sharing their stories with you. If you did, please subscribe, share this podcast with your friends and family, and join us next time as we explore another fascinating topic in marine biology. Until then, keep wondering and keep exploring. Thank you for listening.